Well, the season is pretty much over for the Chicago Bears. And on today's mailbag episode, we got to talk about it. My man's Caleb Williams has been hit 67 times, sacked. So the question on today's episode is, did the Chicago Bears ruin Caleb Williams? We're going to talk about that, dive into the mailbag. But of course, you already know, you got to hear the music first.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, holding it down on Saturday's mailbag episode. So if you're tuned in with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell as well. Now, look, we pretty much know that the season for the Chicago Bears is over. One more game left on the season, and we can't wait till it's over. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Can't wait until the season is over. I am done with the Chicago Bears this season. Yes, we can pick through and talk about some of the silver linings or whatnot, but I am done. But we do got to talk about a specific question that I believe is a very important one when it comes to who we believe is the guy that's going to take this franchise forward for the foreseeable future, whether we like it or not. We still got another 3 to 4 years of Caleb Williams being a part, at a minimum, being a part of this organization if the Chicago Bears don't completely ruin him. Now, when we talk about Caleb Williams, obviously we talk about the offensive line. We go ahead and we throw stones and fire and push it towards Ryan Poles and say, hey, we don't give a damn. That seat should be scorching hot. And at this point, you really can't defend Ryan Poles and some of the things that he has done to this point. Yes, you can make an argument and say, hey, he's done this well, he's done that well. But then there's also cases, and you can just come out into what the ultimate determining factor is. You're 4-12 right now with one game left versus the Green Bay Packers, who is playoff bound, and your players seem like they don't give a damn. So we could probably just chalk it up as the Chicago Bears going 4-13 to this point. And Ryan Poles has made it clear this is the best offensive line at depth that he's had. This is one of the greatest situations a rookie quarterback is coming in. The results don't say so. But when we talk about Caleb Williams specifically, we're talking about this young player being sacked 67 times to this point in the season and hit over 100 times throughout the entire season, and he still has one game left. Just to provide some context for you all, we're talking about the other rookie quarterbacks that have been playing a nice amount of games this season. We're talking about Jaden Daniels, who was only sacked 38 times. We're talking about Drake May, who missed a couple games but has been starting a lot of games this season, 29 sacks on the season. Bo Nix, who was a day one starter, same time as Caleb Williams, 22 sacks on the season. So we look at that. We look at the offensive line that ranks at the bottom of the league. I believe right now they currently sit at 29th. According to PFF, the Chicago Bears have had 21 different combinations start as the offensive line for their rookie quarterback, who we had a lot of hope for, or at least most of us. And when you talk about that and you look at Ryan Poles, hey, big dog, this is the second cheapest offensive line in the NFL, and it shows. They always say you get what you pay for. Now, we even got some players, some former players like Darren Orlovsky coming out saying that, hey, there is no improvement that I'm seeing out of Caleb Williams. But I say, okay, cool, fine and dandy. You are a former quarterback, but I'm going to tell you, I look at things a little bit different. I say through all the turmoil, Caleb Williams, there are some positives that you can take from this. I know we don't want to nitpick, but this is where we are. This is where we are. And when the season finally ends next Sunday, we'll be coming to the table like, hey, this was good. this is what we can take and build on to the next season. But it's not going to be a lot of those conversations that many of us enjoy. I'm going to be real with you because we want it to be in playoff conversation. I really believe, and y'all hear me out, and I think most of y'all will agree. I really believe if the Chicago Bears if the season went like this, if they were right now on Thursday night and they won that game on Thursday night and giving themselves an opportunity to potentially play for a winner gets in opportunity versus the Green Bay Packers, most people will be all right with that. Most people will be all right with the Chicago Bears contending for a playoff spot in year one of Caleb Williams' season. But the problem is we ain't there. But I can say through the turmoil, Caleb Williams has accomplished many things that former rookie quarterbacks have not accomplished with the Chicago Bears. We're talking about the longest streak of passes thrown without an interception. Some people can chalk it up to saying, hey, Caleb Williams might be a little scared. I say, okay, cool, fine and dandy, cool, we take it. But I still say you take that and you put it in a positive bag. This season, Caleb Williams, 3,400 yards, 87.4 QBR, 62 completion percentage, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. You live with it. First Bears rookie quarterback to pass for 3,000 yards. You live with it. Already 5th all-time in pass yards for a rookie Bears quarterback in a season. For a Bears quarterback in a season, the 5th most pass yards. And guess who's in front of him? Jay Cutler and Eric Kramer. And Jay Cutler did it a number of times. So Caleb Williams is really right in a decent spot. Most touchdowns by a Bears rookie in Bears history. 3 games with 330 yards passing in a game, the most by a rookie since Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck had 4 in his rookie season. Caleb Williams has 3. He has one more game to potentially get it up there and compete and see if we can get a win versus or at least compete well enough versus the Green Bay Packers. But nobody has much hope in that. And I'm going to say he has not been ruined yet, but there are a number of things that he can learn from this and the Chicago Bears as well. When it comes to Caleb Williams, throw the damn ball away, Brody. Throw the damn ball away. You got to throw it away. This is not college. You can't run around and outrun these defensive end and some of these linebackers. That shit is over. Throw the ball away, young fella. More urgency is needed from Caleb Williams in closing moments of the game. In the last game, they said, hey, in the last game, the Chicago Bears got the ball in the 4th quarter with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left. And they came out of that game with nothing. With nothing. Nothing. And I'm going to say this. If Cairo can't kick 57 yards, boot him. I don't give a damn how accurate he is. If you can't kick 57 yards, when I got kickers all around the league kicking 60-yarders, 62, 65 yards, and Cairo can't line up and kick the field goal from 57 to push for a 6-6 overtime, which I'm happy he didn't do anyway. But nonetheless, if he can't hit from 57, why do we have him? Most teams give themselves an advantage. And the Bears, if you get a guy with a range that's up to 65, you milk the clock, you hit the 65, or you go into a bit conservative, but it is what it is. And right now, Caleb Williams would know what's not good moving forward. That's just what it is. So I don't necessarily think that he's ruined. I will say he's beaten and battered, though. I will say that he's going to learn from what to accept and what not to accept as the franchise player. He probably came into this season saying, hey, I'm the rookie. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I'm good. Not going to really bump, you know what I'm saying, rub elbows the wrong way. I'm just going to come in, do my job, and focus. That shit out the door, big dog. That shit out the door, big dog. Take control of your future. Take control of your future. Get on the front office's ass. If you got to call Pops in, call Pops in. We're going to apply some pressure. We need offensive linemen. So I'm not going to say that he's completely ruined, but you got to get the infrastructure right. That starts with your offensive line. That starts with the head coach. That starts with making sure if he's the GM moving forward, which we anticipate he will be, he get on his job. Enough of the love fest. Enough of this soft ass shit. Get in there and get guys to protect your prize. Because he is very, very talented. And you don't want another quarterback being ruined. I look at rookie seasons like a Peyton Manning. 28 interceptions, I believe he threw. He bounced back. Why? Because the following year, the infrastructure was better. So Ryan Poles, get yourself out there and get that infrastructure better. Me, I'm leaning more offensive head coach because I don't want a revolving door with my offensive coordinators while I'm trying to build greatness. My personal opinion, you have yours, fine. We'll agree and we'll stop right there. But Caleb Williams, another thing, you gotta stop missing the layups. Get your ass in the lab, work on that footwork, and get back to who you used to be. That's what we need out of you, young fella. That's what we need out of you, my guy. So get the shit together. He's not completely ruined, but he got some things that he needs to improve on, and the Chicago Bears brass need to help him and give him something more solidified that you can build off of. I'm looking at Jaden Daniels all the time he gets. I'm looking at Drake May all the time he gets. I'm looking at Bo Nix all the time he gets, and the coaching that these guys receive. Let's make sure the infrastructure is good, and then you won't have to talk about a guy being ruined. But hey, that's enough of me yapping. It's time to get into the mailbag aspect of this episode. We're going to jump right into it. This first one is from Xavier.
What's going on, guys? This is Xavier calling in, man. I ain't called in a few weeks, man. I'm just depressed, man. A fucking Bears fan, man. I'm over this fucking team, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. After that loss to the Seahawks last night, bro, I don't know what to say, bro. Like it's sad. I'm sick to my fucking stomach, bro. We gotta figure this out, bro. They are going to ruin this kid, bro. And I'm surprised he's made it through fucking 16 games of this, bro. This is malpractice as coach, bro. From a coaching standpoint, it's fucking malpractice, bro. I'm tired of this, bro. We go through this shit every year, bro. Year after year, they ruin decent quarterbacks. They ain't got. We not looking for we not asking for a Hall of Fame quarterback, bro. But Justin Fields was not ass, bro. Mitch Trubisky made the playoffs twice, so obviously it was something there. I don't know what it is, bro. We'll have the talent, but the coaching will be fucking horrible. Well, we won't have a fucking offensive line to protect these guys. Bro, the fire and the passion of which, bro, I'm speaking with, I can't believe that we are failing yet another quarterback, bro. Failing another quarterback, bro. And Caleb looked defeated last night. He looked defeated, like he was over it, like he wasn't sure of himself. And that's something I ain't never seen from this kid, bro. I've watched him his first year at Oklahoma, his 2 years at USC. This kid never looked defeated like that, bro. He looks like he's just torn down and over it, bro. If we don't get this kid an offensive line, bro, like I give him maybe 6 games until next year. If he don't look like a resemblance of anything of what I thought he could be, they ruin this kid, bro. Because he doesn't look right, bro. He doesn't look right. You can see it in his eyes, bro. He's not here anymore, and it's because we ruined him, bro. Failed him in coaching, failed him with offensive line play, bro. It's horrible. This is ridiculous, bro. And yet we're in this damn cycle again. I'm tired of it, bro. I can't even say Chicago up, bear down, bro, because we just fucking down, bro. That's just all it is. Not Chicago up. It's just bear down because that's what we are, man. But just calling in to let y'all know how I feel, man. I'm out, bro.
Appreciate the call, Xavier, and I definitely feel your frustrations, bro. They got to get this shit together. They really do. They got to get this thing in order. We can't keep going through this same exact cycle. We can't keep going through this saying, we got a good defense. Our defense is going to keep us in games and neglect the offense in an offensive scoring league. We cannot keep doing this. We can't keep going to Marshall's and going straight to the back of the stove to the clearance rack. We can't keep going to Goodwill and just filming through the damn racks and trying to get a discount on the price. Pay the damn big guys. We talking about the big 300-pounders that know how to block. No more backups. No more swing tackles who we like just for the sake of liking and Ryan Bates. Get rid of that shit. That's why I'm standing here today. Like, if Ryan Poles is fired, I have no defense in me for him. I have no defense because if we continue to look at what has transpired, it gets worse. It gets worse. Why? How? And before we move on, how is it getting worse? You said this was the greatest offensive line depth that you had, yet you got more sacks this year than last year. Last 2 seasons, us on Chicago Bears Central talked about how much money was available to bring in new talent. What did Ryan Poles do? It keeps getting worse when you dive into it and look at where we are. So you can't do this. We can't continue this cycle. They got to fix it. I'm with you on that, Xavier. Thanks for calling in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we jumping into the next one. This next one is from Nick.
Hey, guys, it's Nick. I thought I'd call in and talk about what a fucking train wreck this whole thing is. Foles has to be gone. I was the last man standing defending the guy, but it's too late for all that. Here's the thing. I don't trust McCaskey and Kevin Warren to get the hire right. So I think what they got to do is hire Ben Johnson, let him bring over Frank Agnew from the Lions organization, and they need to just promise him full autonomy and that they'll stay the fuck out of the way. But looking at the roster now, I feel like I'm kind of like a stoner placing a Taco Bell order with all the shit I want going into the draft and free agency. Like, hey, yeah, I'll take a couple of guards. Can I get an extra beefy center? I'll take a number 3 receiver. Can I get a couple of extra large D tackles? Throw in a couple of edge rushers. Can I get a free safety? Number 2 corner. Give me a second tight end, and that'll do it. No. Can I also get in another swing tackle? Yeah, should be good. Fuck this team. I'm so sick of them shit. I can't believe I was born into this fan base, but here I am because I'm a fucking sicko, and so are you guys, and we're gonna ride it out. And one day the sun will shine on us again. So till next time, bear down, I guess.
My man's Nick ain't got no energy, and he says, screw this team, and I'm not mad at you. Hey, Nick, I think one thing is going to be good for the Chicago Bulls. Addition by subtraction. What do I mean by that subtraction? Keenan Allen. I think it was something that Steve-O said early on with his concerns that it might be too many voices in the receiving room, whether that's tight ends and wide receivers. We talking about Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. We talking about Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. I say, hey, bring Ben Johnson in, let Keenan Allen go. You let DJ be the 2, Rome be the 1, and then your third option on a receiving is your tight end. That's why I'm liking Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, former tight ends coach and the current OC. If you look at his track record, success with TJ Hawkinson, success with Sam Laporta. Can we find success with Cole Kmet? I think that comes with addition by subtraction. The subtraction is not giving Keenan no money. I'm sorry. No money. The money needs to go to big fat guys in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Big, nasty, fat guys. I don't care. We talking about guys that eat 4 plates on Thanksgiving. That's what I need. We talking about guys that don't give a damn. Can we get a nasty, feisty offensive line and return the defensive line to where we need it to be? You need the money. You need the assets. You need the resources. Invest in them. Use them. You can't carry them over all the damn time. Utilize what you have, Ryan Post. Utilize what you have. And I'm with you, Nick. Screw the team right now. We sick of it. But thanks for calling in, my guy. We about to jump on into the next one. This next one is from Chris Evans. Here it is.
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Cito, Kevin, Steve. What's going on, y'all? It's Chris Evans. I'm calling back again. Appreciate y'all hearing on my voicemail about the offensive line tackle, offensive guard option. But I also want to piggyback on the recent episode y'all dropped today on the 27th, talking about does Ryan Poles deserve to be fired. I'm going to be blunt. I remember when he got hired, it was Justin Fields' rookie season, probably like 2020, 2021. And reading that he was from the Kansas City Chiefs, he was a former offensive line player, and he was on our team. I didn't know he was on the practice squad, but he was a Bear, he was a tackle, and he's in the front office. So I'm thinking, okay, I think the Bears are serious. You know, he's not just some guy off the street. And, you know, I remember Eberflus getting hired. Of course, I didn't know who he was. But I had high hopes, and I'm gonna be honest. Past 3 years, and I agree with Steve was saying in the post game call. You had 3 years, man. Like your contract's up next year. Like, dude, you should have did something. Something. Like, there's no reason we would go 3-14, 7-10. Now we're poised to go 4-13 again. I'm sorry for trolling in the comments, but I'm a Bears fan, but I'm also realistic. And, all the teams that are competing, not just winning, but competing, LA Rams, Atlanta, all these teams that are competing, Vikings, have competent offices. They understand that. Even the owners, I love what Commanders are doing because these owners already got billions of dollars. That's why that's why the McCaskies are poor. $8-12 billion. They got money. They buying these teams because they want to win. And honestly, with Ryan Poles being here this long, I don't think he's serious. I honestly think these people just securing their jobs just to get a check. I don't think they're really trying to win. That's why I was saying I think the Bears should be investigated for rigging. But let me know what you think. Me personally, I think he on really thin ice. I honestly think he should be fired in the off season because I think Mike Vrabel might be the answer, and I think we need a new GM. But let me know what your thoughts are, whether he should be fired or not, who you think should be the next head coach, experience and a culture builder, or maybe a new fresh face. But I want that experience. I want the winning culture. I want Mike Vrabel. Chicago up, bear down. Thanks, y'all.
Shout out to you, Chris. Thanks for calling in, my guy. And I definitely heard your other voicemail. However, we can only play one on the episodes. For those that are wondering what he's talking about two free agent linemen that he think that the Chicago Bears should attack. That's Trey Smith from Kansas City and Cam Robinson from Minnesota. And I'm right there with you. And when you talk about the head coaching stuff, I'm not mad. For me, it's Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel. Those are my top two options, me personally. But if you ask me who do I want Ben Johnson simply because I believe the track record speaks for itself. 3 years of solidified play calling and success. And when you talk about that, I understand there's going to be a culture that he has to implement in his locker room. I think he can do that with some experienced coordinators. And I think that when you look at the way that the offense is being called by Ben Johnson, the Chicago Bears will have to get some new personnel in the building, but I don't believe that they are that far off. It's easy. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I know a lot of people don't believe that because they got a lot of work to do on that offensive line. But I believe good offensive coaches can go out there and get the best out of the linemen that they go out and pick up in free agency, go out there and draft, or go out there and trade for. I believe Ben Johnson has that type of talent on his side. This guy is very creative. And the reason I want an offensive mind is because I don't want Caleb to go out there and have a good season next year with the Mike Vrabel and his OC, and his OC is departing for a head coaching job, depending on who that OC is. Now, I know that we heard reports that it might be Josh McDaniels. He ain't getting another head coaching job. So if you lining me up with Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels, I will sign up. But if you sign me up for Mike Vrabel and another OC, a young, offensive mind who wants to become a head coach, that's something I'm not 100% on board for or on board with because I want stability between my offensive coach, which most likely will be the head coach in Ben Johnson, and this young quarterback. That's what I want. I want consistent stability. I want consistent growth and wins. And another reason I'm looking at Ben Johnson, Chris, is simply because I look around my division. You got Dan Campbell, you got LaFleur, and you got Kevin O'Connell. Offensive minds that know how to get the best out of their offense. And for the Chicago Bears, you need to put up points and have a strategic game plan versus these teams within your division. If you want to be able to compete around the NFL, I believe for me, it starts within the division. You got to be able to know how to play against those teams in the division, and who better than Ben Johnson on how to call games versus a LaFleur, versus a Kevin O'Connell, and versus who will be his old boss, Dan Campbell, who I believe the offense will be weakened if you take from the Detroit Lions and bring him here in Chicago. It's being reported that he's interested. I know the Bears are interested. Let's see if he could check the boxes when it's time to do the interview, because I believe he's checked the boxes with everything that he's done with his side of the ball. He's done his job at the highest level. Let's bring that to Chicago and see if we can reap some of those benefits. I look at one of the guys that we had in Matt Nagy. Yes, we couldn't stand him at the end of his tenure here, but one thing you cannot lie, he took us to the damn playoffs 2 times. Eberflus didn't do that. John Fox didn't do that. Give me the offensive guy. But thanks for calling in, Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, we moving on. This next one is from 7 from Inglewood.
Hey, what's good? Hey, peace and blessings. This is your boy 7 from Inglewood. I just got a question. Actually, a couple questions. So, like, do you think Jalen Johnson is deserving his contract? And I'm not saying because he's not good at covering and, you know, what he's supposed to do. But this is just as somebody who's played a little bit of corner in college, high school, semi-pro, whatever. And you know, I know dudes who are like, when we play, you know what I'm saying? Like you coming up and you are tackling, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't trying to take this dude out. You trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to hit. And Jalen Johnson ain't, like, if there's a run coming Jalen Johnson's way, he ain't trying to hit nobody. If there's a screen coming Jalen Johnson's way, he ain't trying to break, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to get out that block to make the tackle. If there's a run, a sweep or whatever coming his way on the goal line, oh, it's going to score because Jalen Johnson ain't going to make that tackle. So, I mean, like, ain't part of being the corner, I get it, the cover part, sure, you know, but ain't the other part, the tackling? Like, you know what I'm saying? And to that end, here's my other question. Like, what about the rest of the defense? Why is there so many people just standing around when a play is going on instead of going in and trying to get see, here's the problem. I'm going to just say it. Instead of asking, I'm going to just say it. Ain't no killers on the team. Ain't no real I don't mean headhunters, but ain't no headhunters in the sense of somebody that's actually trying to go get the ball. Go, you know what I'm saying, that's actually out to go get the ball. Everybody seems like they making a tackle. Like they said in the broadcast how Edmonds and Edwards, they was like they the most plays or whatever. Like that's like having perfect attendance and you failing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of saying that they've been on the field for the most plays and all that stuff? They ain't taking nobody out. They ain't got the most 3 and outs. They ain't, you know what I'm saying, getting the most tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They got the most tackles for loss. But, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Just wondered about Jalen Johnson in particular, but the defense as a whole. Because, like, at the beginning of the season, I always said there's nobody you could say is the face of the defense. There's nobody you could say is that guy. And when you lead by committee, you got no leader. But anyway, let me know what your thought is on that. Peace.
Shout out to you, 7, and shout out to Inglewood. My parents from Inglewood. They went to Inglewood High School, so I know I got the connection. Shout out to you, man. But you talk about Jalen Johnson, I've been fed up with his ass too. We talk about the contract. I say he's very well deserving of the contract, but he has ticked me off this season. I done seen many attempts where Jalen Johnson can make that tackle at the 2-yard line. He goes in and try to give a shoulder, and the running back is bouncing off that into the end zone. Seen it multiple times. Unacceptable for a guy who goes out and talk as much as he does, which is why I've been saying for the last few weeks, I'm tired of these players talking. Shut the hell up. I just want to see better performances. I want to see a better product. Look, we know the season ain't shit. And we know that we've been at this point for the last few weeks now. But damn, the last home game in front of your fans, you come out and do that? Completely unacceptable. And I'm with you when it comes to the dogs on the Chicago Bears. Not really feeling it right now. And I think that Montez Sweat has left a lot to be desired. Jaquan Brisker not being out there. Me personally, I think that you might have to look at reinforcements for Tyreek Stevenson. He has been bad this season. A lot of dumbass mistakes, a lot of stupid things going on that's involving him just about every single game. I'm fed up. And I said after the Patriots game, your season wasn't lost. Why y'all come and act like your season was lost? A bunch of punks. I always hear from former NFL players that's currently playing, that that locker rooms are led by the players. So if the players, after that Hail Mary, you came out, whether you agree with your coach or not for suspending or trying to suspend Tyreek Stevenson, your season wasn't lost. Your season wasn't lost. But they act like it was. That tells me We talk about resilient bunches. Soft. The Chicago Bears locker room is soft. That's why when we go back to some of the last points with Mike Vrabel, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that option either. We need somebody to come in and put their foot up these guys' ass because we sick of them. We sick of this soft ass shit. Your season wasn't over. Y'all just showed us how soft y'all are. How this leadership council soft as shit. And y'all not able to lead the Chicago Bears to prosperity. Your season wasn't lost at 4-3. It wasn't. And you came out and you laid an egg for the rest of the season and threw a pity party for somebody to feel sorry for your ass after the Hail Mary. No. We shouldn't accept that. Yes, coaching was bad, but it wasn't the end all be all for that season, for the rest of the season. It wasn't. And the players made it seem like that, along with the coaching staff. That's why we're in turmoil. And guys, I'm tired of losing. We need a man. What? Come on now. I'm pretty sure anybody that's listening right now will agree. Your season wasn't over. You let one slip. Let's go beat the fuck out the Patriots. Instead, they folded and gave a game to the Patriots. Lack of effort, lack of energy, lack of juice. And even when you lost that game, your season still wasn't over. It wasn't. They folded. That's just the reality of it. And I'm with you. We need a face in his locker room. Montez Sweat, you getting paid big bucks. You're too quiet for me. Jalen Johnson, you getting paid big bucks. You talk too much for me. That should be a balance. But that is it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. Before you get up out of here, leave your feedback, comments, concerns down in the comment box. If you want to be a part of the Mailbag episode, call in and be a part of it. State your name, leave your take. The number to do so is 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears. I'm your host here, Bobby, on today's episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. And Chicago up. Better now, man. Peace out, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.